Hello everyone. I'm here to do another video for the Vlogoween series I'm doing. I'm looking down at my phone. I'm going to do what's called the spooky Halloween tag. I forget where I got this on YouTube. I saw someone else do it and I wrote all the questions down in my notes app, but I didn't write down where I got it from, so I'm sorry about that. So I'll just start. I tried recording this earlier and my my camera died in the middle, so I charged it and I'm going again. Which is part of the reason this video is up later today. Because I am recording it the day I am posting it rather than a day ahead. Like I have been with all my others. A day or two ahead is when I recorded all the others from when I posted them. So number one, favorite horror or Halloween themed song. I don't really have one. There's not even really a lot that come to mind when I think of like specific songs that are for Halloween, but there's an artist or a band or something, I don't really know, but there's CDs by Midnight Syndicate, songs and stuff. I have some CDs of theirs. I got them at the Spirit Halloween store. When I went there, like when I was maybe 16 or something. One year we went there and they were just up by the register and they had like 3 or 4 different CDs of theirs, and I just thought they looked really cool, sounded really cool. Like I couldn't hear them sounding, but you know, by looking at it they seemed cool. And so I bought like 1 or 2 of them and then I listened to them and I just thought they were amazing. I still do. I love them. So now I've got like maybe 3 or 4 of them. And I listen to those other times in Halloween. I just really enjoy them. Number 2, name something you wouldn't want to run into in a dark forest or an abandoned building. For this one, I'm not sure exactly what they're looking for an answer. I don't remember I don't remember if I did find this on YouTube or if I found it on like Google or something. Because I don't remember what like kind of answer they were looking for. I think I probably found this on Google. Because I remember when I was coming up with things to do for my Vlogoween, like a list of things to do and what days I wanted to do them on, you know? Which I've switched up the order a few times, but I couldn't figure out what kind of answers they were looking for, so it must not have been on YouTube where I found it. Otherwise, I would have had an example. So my best answer is a serial killer, I guess. I didn't want to say something like a werewolf that doesn't exist because I wanted to be like realistic. Have you ever played with a Ouija board? No, I have not. Favorite horror monster or villain? Horror monster. Maybe, I'm not going to say like a specific one because I haven't honestly watched really any of the like classics like Freddy or Jason or those. I've watched Dracula, but it was so like long, like Bram Stoker's Dracula, but it was so long ago I honestly don't really remember anything except that at first I remember thinking, well, this movie's black and white. And after, I watched a black and white version. I guess it was Bram Stoker's, I don't remember. At first, and then at the end remember seeing it and remember at the end realizing I had forgotten as I was watching that it was black and white. It had just like become the movie. Anyway, so I was saying maybe a vampire or maybe a witch. I like witch movies, but not necessarily I don't really know of one where a witch is a villain except maybe that one with like the 4 girls. I can't remember the name of it right now. She's sort of a villain in that, not exactly. The creepiest thing that's ever happened while you were alone. So the reason my camera died during the other one is, well, because it was out of battery, but because during this part I tried telling a story and I tried like keeping it short as possible and condensed as possible, but it still made it too long. So I'm going to just really condense it and not tell like any details or anything and just say that basically I was trying to sleep one night while I was away from a home in in like a cabin, not like in the middle of the woods or anything, but it was in a very, very, very small town where you can literally like walk from one side to the other. And so I was alone sleeping and basically like I got put into this like sleep paralysis by what to me felt like this entity this negative entity, and I felt like it felt like a male, and I felt like he was attacking me, and basically I felt like I was having to fight him off, and I ended up doing it, and then I ended up having to cleanse the room and go back to sleep, and I had to sleep there another night too, and then after I like cleansed the room and had filed him off and cleansed the room and everything, the negativity felt like it was gone. It just felt fine. So that was really, really scary because nothing like that had ever happened to me. Especially not while I was alone. When I think of scary things that have happened to me, that's not the first one I think of, honestly. Because before that, there's something that happened to me that was really scary. That was like the scariest thing that's ever happened to me in my life, but I wasn't alone during that one. So number 6, if you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, and the haunted house part is in quotes, would you do it? So I do believe in hauntings and spirits and things. Being a witch, that's kind of, I wouldn't say mandatory, but a lot of us do, I guess. Sorry, I have bad allergies. So I guess it depends on how haunted it is. If it's like a friendly or just kind of spirit that's just kind of there but isn't really doing anything or like hurting you, then yeah, sure, why not? I'd be curious about it. But if it was like a poltergeist spirit that's like actively trying to hurt you or damaging things that could potentially escalate into hurting you, I'd be like, yeah, I don't think so. I'm not interested in getting myself hurt. Especially not by myself, you know. Are you superstitious? No, I've definitely never considered myself to be superstitious. Do you see figures in your peripheral vision? That's number 8. Not all the time, but I have before, yeah. Which urban legend scares you the most? There's really so many, it's hard to pick. I've actually got a board on my Pinterest that's dedicated to like urban legends and like folktale stuff, kind of stuff like that. And I don't know, a lot of them are just more fascinating than scary. A lot of them to me don't really seem all that possible, I guess, or they're just like, ooh, that's kind of creepy, but not really all that scary. But one that's kind of scary, or the scariest, I mean, at least that I can kind of think of. I didn't like go through my Pinterest board and like look at all the ones that look stuff up for this. But the one that I could think of when I was looking at these questions was maybe the black-eyed children one. If you don't know what that is, look it up. I'm not gonna like explain it all because I don't want to make this take like a ton of time, because I think there's like 30 questions on here or something crazy like that. And so that. Number 10. Do you prefer gore or thrillers? Thrillers, definitely. Not into gore. Kind of grosses me out. I'm kind of squeamish, to be honest. Do you believe in multiple dimensions or worlds? Yes, I do. 12. Have you ever made a potion of any sort? Well, of course, I am a witch. Have been for a while, so. Do you get scared easily? No, not really. Not truly scared. I mean, it's easy to like jump in front of someone and, you know, startle them, but truly scared? No, not really. Have you ever played Bloody Mary? When I was maybe 5 or 6, yeah, I played at a sleepover once. But then, and then nothing happened, of course, and so then I was like, well, it probably is not happening because I'm not alone, and so then I went, and then a little later on from that, I tried doing it by myself at home, and again, of course, you know, I don't know, not of course, I guess, but like nothing happened. I've never heard of anybody doing it and anything happening. Other than maybe them just scaring themselves. But then later when I was like 9 or 10, when I got introduced to kind of Wicca and paganism, I kind of like put it together. That's probably like a spirit or something, you know, something like that. So I never did that again. Not that I had intended to do it again, but you know. Do you believe in demons or the devil? The devil, no, I do not. I go back and forth sort of on whether I believe in full-on demons. I kind of lean toward no, maybe. I definitely believe in negative energies and entities, but full-on demons, like how people like, kind of like how Christians view them, I'm not really sure, to be honest. You're home alone, but you hear footsteps in the house. What do? Honestly, the first thing I would do would be to just be real quiet and still and see if I hear them again, to see if it's really footsteps or just like the house creaking or a cat, because we've got 4 of those now. And my mom's dog. And so make sure if it's really footsteps or just one of them or something like that. And then if I was sure it was footsteps, I'd probably text or call one of my parents and be like, you know, did you guys get home randomly early or something? And if whoever I had called or whatever said no, I might go check it out. But ever since I was a little bit younger, like maybe, I think must have been 15, 16, 15 probably. 15, some random woman walked into our house, like just strolled on in like she owned the place. And then I heard her downstairs, and she had walked in the front door halfway into our house. Because our house opens up, has a like walkway, and then you're like in the dining room and living room area. It's all connected downstairs. Our whole downstairs is like one big room basically. And she just like walked into our house like I don't know what. I think she like was scoping out the place or something. Thought no one was home because my parents weren't here and I didn't drive, obviously. I was homeschooled at the time. And so I was just doing my homeschooling work and here by myself, you know. Some weird lady comes in and I was stupid enough to just go downstairs and be like, who the hell are you? And then that really freaked her out that someone was home, and she backed up to the door, you know, and whatever. But ever since then, I've been really weary about just walking out if I hear someone that I'm not expecting, because like that could have been a serious situation. Like she could have seriously killed me. If you got trapped in one scary movie, which would you choose? I actually haven't really seen any horror movies in a really, really long time, like years and years and years. And I used to like horror movies a lot more, but even then, I didn't watch a lot of them. And it's not that I don't like them now, but I don't really know. I really don't know. Like a traditional style horror movie, which I would want to be stuck in, I really don't know. But for like a sort of funny-ish style horror movie, Beetlejuice maybe? Okay, and then if you could only wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life, what would you be? Probably a witch, or my second choice is a vampire. Would you ever go to a graveyard at night? Sure, why not? Number 20. In a zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice? Well, realistically, because it's not like a zombie apocalypse is going to happen and you're suddenly going to acquire... It's blurry. Okay, it looked like it was blurry there for a minute. Maybe it was just glare on the screen, or maybe it was. I don't know. I'm not just going to suddenly acquire a skill I don't have, like being able to shoot a bow and arrow. Like, I used to be able to do that, but I haven't done it in a long time, and last time I tried, my accuracy was not that great. And, so I hit the target once out of like 5 tries, so, hit the center once out of 5 tries, I mean, not the target. Gosh, if I only hit the target once, that'd be pretty bad. For someone who's done it before, I mean. Anyway. So realistically, I guess I'd have to choose like a baseball bat with a sharpened end or something. 21, would you rather go to a Halloween party or go trick-or-treating? Well, no one would give me candy because I'm going to be 27 next month. So, that's kind of makes it like, and I just feel really awkward with all the little kids. But like if it was normal for people my age to go trick-or-treating versus a Halloween party, honestly, that's probably what I'd choose. Just because I don't like big parties, but I mean, since that's not normal, I guess I'd choose the Halloween party and just have it be like a small group of friends, not like a big wild one, because I don't really like all that. You're in a horror movie. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? I'd like to say I'm the last girl standing, but I I don't know if I actually would be, of course, because I'm not in that situation. But I'm pretty resourceful, and I'd be close to that. But I'm pretty strategic, and I'm definitely smart, so I think I'd probably just be the smart one. Do you have to watch something happy after watching a horror movie so you can go to sleep? No, not really. I can just kind of go to sleep. I might have some weird dreams, but my dreams are always really weird. They just might be a little extra weird that night, but no, I don't. While watching scary movies, are you the person who yells at the characters, the person with their eyes covered the whole time, or the person who falls asleep? None of the above. I'm the person who just kind of watches and enjoys the movie. I don't know. Is that okay to be none of the above? I might oh, sorry, that was my phone going off, saying this order is shipped. But, okay, sorry about that. The phone rang. So, I was just saying I'm not really any of those. So next question is 25. Are you the one who gets scared or the one who does the scaring? Well, I used to love playing practical jokes on people when I was a kid and like into my early teens, but then I realized as I got older that people don't, especially boys, didn't, when I was a kid, people didn't do anything really back to me. But then when I got into middle school and stuff and I played a prank on somebody and somebody knew it was me, they'd do something back to me, and I didn't want things to happen back to me. I thought it was funny when, you know, I could do something to them with no repercussions really. But then the boys were real vicious back, and I was like, okay, I don't want this. I don't want any revenge back at me. So now I'm more just kind of whatever. Now I don't really get scared that easily, but I don't try to scare other people either, I guess. 26, favorite scary book. I don't have one particular one right now. I don't know that I've ever had like a favorite scary book, really. Maybe like if I had just read one, it might be like a really good one at that time or something, but I did show some I like in Vlogoween number 8. How old were you when you saw your first horror movie? Oh, I don't know about an actual horror movie, but I remember watching some that for me as a kid were pretty scary. I watched, what's that one called? Did I write it down on here? When I was maybe like 5, I saw Hocus Pocus. You know, that like funny one? It's supposed to be funny anyway. But as a kid, that was a little scary. I mean, I thought it was fascinating. I thought it was so cool. But at the same time, it was kind of scary. I remember I was at my friend's house watching it, and none of us had ever seen it. And we ended up having to turn it off partway through because my friend got too scared. And I was like, no, I want to keep watching. I was kind of scared too, but I wanted to keep watching. But of course, we had to turn it off because she was scared, and her mom was like, okay, we'll turn it off. And then one show that I love, that of course is supposed to be like creepy and have like creepy undertones, is Little Shop of Horrors. That was like my favorite movie for years and years. I think I first saw it when I was like maybe 3. And I don't know, I guess my dad was watching it and I just like came in there and started watching it with him or something. I don't know why he didn't turn it off. But I watched it and I just loved it. Favorite movie ever when I was a kid for like years, till I was probably like, I don't know, like 10. What was your first Halloween costume? I don't remember the first one ever because my parents used to dress me, you know, like when I was a baby and stuff. They'd dress me, but I remember dressing up as Pocahontas, and I remember dressing up as Elmo when my friend went as a Power Ranger. That was kind of weird. What are you going to be for Halloween this year? I don't know yet. I have an idea, but it depends on if I can get the stuff for the costume. I was supposed to go look this weekend, but then we had company here and my mom was like out entertaining all the time, all the weekend, so I didn't get to go. Because she was supposed to go with me and help me find it and everything. Because I don't wear costumes like those costumes you buy like in bags that are supposed to be costumes. I wear like regular clothes and then like just pair them together the right way with the right accessories to make them into a costume. You know, that way I can wear them again and wear the accessories and stuff again later, just not in that combination and stuff, so that it's like a regular clothes, so I don't waste money on a costume that I'm only going to wear once. But, yeah. Okay, number 3. If you could have a spooky Halloween pet, black cat, bat, owl, rat, wolf, etc., what would you pick? Well, it'd be awesome to have a pet bat, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to have to keep it in a cage and, like, I don't know, you can't just, like, let it run free because it's not going to come back to you. It's a bat. So I guess I'd pick a black cat, although I don't really understand how these are considered, like, I mean, I get how they're considered Halloween, but at the same time, how is it a Halloween pet? I don't know, whatever. So I guess I'd choose a black cat. I have had a black cat in the past, and when we went to pick out my new kitten Jade at the Humane Society, I was actually looking for a black kitten. And I thought, well, surely they'll have plenty because there's just been a hurricane and black cats and kittens are usually the last to go. But they didn't have a single black cat, black kitten, nothing. And I was like, well, that is really strange. So, I don't know. So I ended up picking Jade because I really liked her. She and me just really bonded. So that's the tag. I will try to remember to put the questions down in the, not the comments, the description below. So you guys can do this tag if you want to. I'm not going to tag anyone specific, but anyone who's watching this is, like, not tagged, but you know, you're free to do it, obviously. I'd love it to see if you did it. If you do, make sure to let me know down in the comments. And have a great day.